I am finding my way back to a routine, and it's difficult. It's difficult. I have just been a wild woman all summer, and I cannot do that anymore because the kids are about to start back to school. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. So here we go. I am working my way through my morning agenda, which has not been including writing. I have been on a little break, but break time is over. Yeah, break time is over. I have actually a couple of things that I need to do. It's been a busy time. It's been a busy time, and I have just been kind of working my way through as much as I can. I'm not writing what I'm supposed to be writing, or I guess more accurately, I'm not writing what I planned to be writing around this time, because something else came up. It's kind of a difficult space. It's kind of a difficult space because there is this desire to be able to plan and just decide what I'm going to write, because I see other more successful authors who are able to work in that manner. Like they have their schedule for the year of what they're going to write. And I know that often the brain just needs to be trained to be able to do this or do that. But it's like, I don't want to waste the time trying to do that if I'm not one of those people who can do that. Like, I don't want to end up stunting my growth because I'm trying to make something happen that is really not meant. But at the same damn time, I have kind of reached the point where I'm wondering if, for my sanity, I need to be able to plan this stuff out. Who the hell knows? Not me. But I have got to explore new horizons. Who decided to put protein in coffee? Like, who decided that? You don't get to make ideas anymore. If you're watching this, don't make ideas anymore. Because now that I know that I can, now that I know it's a good way to kind of sneak that protein in, I can't just enjoy my non-protein coffee in the mornings every other day. I have to sneak that in, and it's not giving. It doesn't give. I need to start writing for the day. Is this a process I have engaged over and over almost 100 times? Yes. I have not started a full-length project since No Longer Afraid, which I started last year. And the last contemporary full-length I started was over a year ago. One with a similar feeling or vibe to this one, even longer. I'm just realizing that, and it's funny that I made that connection because just yesterday I was going to talk to my friend about a realization that I felt I'd had, that writing novellas is stifling in its own way. Like, I definitely believe that there are still benefits to writers to write a novella, especially to break yourself out of a writing slump. That sense of accomplishment, like you finished something, is. But on the same note, because people have like weirdly inflated sense of expectations around novellas, it simultaneously puts a lot of pressure on you to make a lot happen in a short span of time. Like, there's a lot that you need to do. Even with the novella, there's a lot that you need to do to make it work in a very short period of time, and you don't get to like live in your characters like you do with a full length. But on the flip side of that, you have to live with and in these characters for such a stretch of time. And when you start a full-length novel, it's like it's a very big commitment. It's a very big commitment. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to spend months in these people's head? Minimum 6 weeks, unless you just get like, it's like a big fluke, like just an influx of words and time, which has happened, don't get me wrong, but can you count on it? Do you know it's gonna happen? Because if not, like I said, weeks and months with these characters. Like, can you sustain it? Is your brain really there? Are you really ready to start? Do you really know all that you need to know? Are they really it? Are they really the ones that are speaking the loudest? Because you know, you do have these other people over here that you could go to. What are you gonna do? I finished it. It's done. That was awful. I think I jinxed myself last time. Do y'all remember that video? I was so excited. Let's write a book. Remember the Sugar Valley book I started? I haven't touched it since the day I recorded that video. And so it's scary. Should I tell y'all what I'm about to start? Or what I started yesterday? Should I say it? I want to know. It's another night shift book. It's Lark's book. Because look, however it's supposed to happen, whatever is supposed to go down, it's gonna happen regardless. And I'm just gonna take my time. I'm just gonna take my time with it. It's gonna go how it's supposed to go. And yeah, I'm gonna take my time with it. And if it ends up not being a crazy length or the same length as Equivalent Exchange, it just doesn't. And look, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. So if you're one of my patrons, you know that that's not what I'm supposed to be writing. You know that I said what I said I was going to be writing. But I'm not. I'm not. If this story doesn't end up curling over for me, I'll start that. But this book has come through and just like kicked the door in my brain. And so I am trying to honor that and just let that creativity flow, which, yes, it's part of the problem. I know that I have something that I'm supposed to be writing right now, but my brain said no. So next year will be 10 years for me. I really think that full length, straight up contemporary is just really like, that's where I am just in my bag. Like, I think it takes me time and distance away from the work to really appreciate it, you know? And I think that part of this feeling that I have for some of, you know, the more recent work, it's just that it just hasn't been long enough and I can't see it objectively, because I distinctly remember feeling like when I was writing A Crazy Little Thing Called Love, when I was writing Inevitable Conclusions, when I was writing Equivalent Exchange even, like, I don't think this really hits like I want it to. I don't think this is really gonna do what I want it to do, you know? And then for 6 years later, I'm reading it back and it's like, Oh, okay. I kind of be writing my ass off. Okay. I guess I just got to buckle down and do it, is what ultimately it comes down to. So let me stop rambling and just get into it.